What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below, as usual. This video is entitled How to Spot Dysfunction. Over the years, America likes dysfunction. It's American culture to like dysfunction, and it's somehow attractive, but it's never really conducive to a good life. And you try to excuse things and let things slide, ignore the red flags. And over the years, I come to find out, there's things you gotta spot and just believe it. Like, yeah, that's what it is. Some people you might give more of a pass than others to, but you have to, know the signs of dysfunction. And let's just point this out, because when I meet people, you can tell by their energy, their demeanor, or like the nonverbal cues, the things that they're saying but not saying. First and foremost, how they age. Because if somebody ages well, you would, some people attribute it to good genes. Other people attribute it to the fact that they care about themselves. They take care of themselves. So if they take care of themselves, it's because they have they love themselves. They're trying to get rid of the unnecessary stressors of life. They eat well, they drink water, they exercise, they're mentally sharp, they can handle adversity, but when you're dealing with people who can't do those things, those are signs of dysfunction. When somebody ages bad, usually they're upset, they're miserable, they're not doing things for themselves to make their lives better. They're kind of entitled and have the expectation that somebody's going to come along and fix their life, and they're bitter. You know what I mean? And you can tell it. You can see it in their skin that they're killing themselves slowly by what they eat, by what they drink, by if they're a heavy smoker, if they got anxiety issues and stuff like that. And that stems from somewhere, right? So you have to be able to spot that dysfunction, because it's not like they're proactive with fixing the dysfunction in their life. They're expecting other people to come along and fix that dysfunction for them. And that's not practical, that's not realistic, and that's pretty narcissistic. And another sign of dysfunction is delusion. Sometimes you're not paying attention. Some people are so busy that they're really not paying attention to themselves. So those people aren't necessarily delusional. They think they aren't falling apart, but they're just too busy to pay attention to the signs. But there are people who actually can see themselves falling apart and know what to do to fix it, but hide behind the mask of delusion. Like, if you're gaining weight, and instead of eating healthy and working out, you just buy better clothes. I want you to don't focus on my stomach. Focus on me from the neck up. I'm looking good. Yeah. They become flashy and flamboyant. Don't focus on how I'm taking care of myself. You said, I got the roly on my, yeah. I got the nice ride up in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening. Well, hold up. I, I was about to say I'm listening to the Isley Brothers, but don't. Hey. Not like that. But they put up the illusion that they feel better than they are. And the thing about it is, you can tell because it's not sincere. You can sense the turmoil within them, even when they're trying to hold up this facade. And that's because that's the sign of dysfunction. It's turmoil. Is the insecurity of is this person buying my bullshit right now? I'm selling it. I'm faking it until I make it. But a lot of times when you fake it until you make it, a lot of people are really giving you a pass, because sometimes people that fake it till they make it look exactly the same as people who are driven in ambition who just haven't gotten there yet. Because the turmoil of that is basically similar to the turmoil of delusion, right? But you have to look for the little, you have to read between the lines to see which one is which, and what winds up happening is usually the proof is in the pudding. You have to just wait that out. But that's a sign of dysfunction. The other side of dysfunction is how they treat other people. Like, when you see a person either jealous of a person that is in a position that they want to be in, that's dysfunction. Because if you see somebody somewhere you want to be, what a real person would do is research people like that and give themselves inspiration to say, oh man, if they can make it, I can make it. If it happened for them, it can happen for me. But instead, jealous people say, oh man, they got my spot. I would have been there if it wasn't for them. Like, that's dysfunction. Because usually what it is the difference between them making it and you not making it. Sometimes it's just their time and you're jealous that it's their time. Sometimes it's their work ethic. And you're not going to put in that type of work when you find out the things that they did. And sometimes they got help. They were lucky, right place, right time type of thing. And what happened was your jealousy in some ways blocked your blessing, because you could have had somebody that come along and help you, but you were acting out of pocket. So the way people treat people is another sign of dysfunction, because you bring your anger out into the world and become disrespectful to strangers. And it plays out when it comes to, you go to a restaurant, the way you treat your waiter, or you go to a store, the way you treat the customer service people, or the way you just treat strangers in public that have never met you or come across you in life. You think it's okay to just be a jerk, and it's not. Signs of dysfunction, and that also spill into the way you drive. Like, if you get in the car with somebody, how a person drives says a lot about them. If they just want to just cut off the whole world, that's how they are in life. If they're not, if they're the type of people that will cause wrecks because I just got to get where I need to go right now. I know the sign said my exit is in 2 miles, but I'm just gonna stay all the way in the left-hand lane, and when I feel like it at the last minute, I'm gonna just cut over 4 lanes, and it's their fault. They need to get out of my way. That says something. That's a dysfunctional person, because they're gonna be the same way in life. They're gonna know what they need to do and where they need to be, and they're gonna do what they want to do anyways, and almost destroy people to get to where they know to get to where they want to go, even though they knew how to do it properly. They don't adhere to it's a red light, I'm running it. You know, it's a left hand turn in this lane. It might be an only lane. I'm going to get in the other lane and just turn anyways. I'm going to cut this person off to go somewhere I could have went without cutting this person off. Or my personal favorite, I know a dysfunctional person. You ever been driving on the freeway and it's only two cars, you and another person like in your immediate vicinity, and this person needs to be messing with you in particular. Like, they need to cut you off and ain't nobody else around. They could have went behind you and did what they had to do. They could have went to another lane and just went past you. They could, or they just stay right behind you, or just get right in front of you and just stay there. Like, and if you move, they try to move. Like, those are the type of people that says a lot about dysfunction, because those are people who just need, they're agitators. They need attention. You know, as I said, it's nonverbal ways to communicate. Dysfunctional people, signs of dysfunction now are social media socialites. Everything doesn't need to, when you're living and you're really happy in life, you don't whip out your phone for everything. You know, everything is not a video camera moment. You know, that's why people back in the day used to bring cameras to, weddings, baby showers, graduations. You don't just whip out your camera, holidays, stuff like that. But you don't just whip out your camera because going to see the Justice League. Nobody cares. Going bowling. Well, go bowling. It's going to get to the point. I'm going to say this, but because of the narcissism, it's ridiculous. Like, I was playing horse with my son, and it reminded me of when we were kids and I was younger, and it got worse now, So we playing, and I do a little move, and, catch that H. And my son's like, okay, he winds up losing. But then he wants to show off his moves after it's over, right? And he does something like, ah! And he just stuck in the pose. And I'm like, you didn't hit the shot, dog. That you just missed the whole rim. You just sitting here posing, and you're supposed to score. The ball goes into the bucket, right? Get buckets, young blood. See, a lot of people doing that in social media. They just posing, and the shit ain't done yet. Back in the day, a lot of people notice, you used to watch sports back in the day, highlights were only highlights if you finished the play. Now people, and he had a cold no-look pass behind his back. And then they pan away from the dude missing the dunk. So, there's signs of dysfunction, man. We out.